Morning, children. Welcome to your English video lecture. So, children, in our previous video, we have started the chapter The Ashes That Made Tree Bloom. Right? So, today we will do the second part of this chapter. Right? So, in our previous video, we have discussed already the first part. Okay, so we have done the first part. Now, in today's video, we will do the second part of the chapter. But before we move on to the second part, let's discuss the summary of the first part. Okay, so what we have read till now, as we all already know, that the lesson is an adaptation, right? It is an adaptation from a Japanese story. Okay, and basically what is the chapter all about? The chapter is basically depicting that the bond between a human and animals can't be broken, right? It cannot be broken. You cannot, as you already know that in the first part the dog died, right? But even if he died, he still has a bond with his master, that was the old man, and he used to come in his dreams and he used to guide his master that where he should go and what he should do, so that to give him the gifts that he is someone who is capable of all those things. So the old man and his dog, they share a warmth, intrigues, right? They share the association of life rather beyond life, right? They have that association of lifetime with each other, rather than just a small life. The spirit of the dog, what the spirit of the dog did, he used to come to the dream of his master, and he used to show and support his master's love and care that his master shows, right? And at the end of the story, what happens, that we will find in the second part of the chapter. But let's discuss that what we have read in the first section of the chapter. So till now what we have read is that in the 19th century of Japan, right? In the 19th century of Japan, there was an old couple. They had a pet dog, and the name of the dog was Miyuko, right? And Miyuko was a very faithful and very loving pet of theirs. They used to love Miyuko as if he was their own son, right? They used to love Miyuko a lot. And the old man was a rice farmer, right? He was a rice farmer. So while he used to go to the farm where he used to work, the dog used to go with the old man. And when they the show how the kindness of the old man is shown is that when he used to go, what he used to do, he used to see that the swans, right? The swans, the herons. So, the herons. Herons are the little birds. What they do, they basically dig the earth forms from the ground. So they used to walk so with so much of care that they don't put their feet on those heroines. So that is how kind that the master of the dog was. Okay, and one day what happened, while his master was doing his work, the dog came running to him, and he asked his master to come with him, right? He was doing some gestures to make his master realize that he wants his master to come with him, but his master thought that he wants to play. So at first what he did, he started ignoring the dog, that he is playing something, so let him do whatever he wants to do. But when he realized that his dog wants to tell him something, so he the dog took him to the place where he was scratching the ground, scratching the earth. And when he saw that what he is doing, so when he also he had a spade with him, so when he also digged, the man also digged, what happened, a pile of gold that came up, right? And they became rich and bought a piece of land with the money, with the gold. Who? The old man. The old man bought a piece of land with the gold, and they gave a feast to their neighbors, their friends, and did some charity of work also. They did what was the charity work? What did the old couple did? They gave some of the gold coins to the people who were really poor. Okay, some people who were very poor around them. Okay, that is how they are, right? That's how the old couple was. They was too kind, too heartwarming they was. And in contrast to them, they used to live another couple who was greedy, right? Who was greedy, who was covetous, who wanted to dig the, was not happy with what others have, right? So what they did, they decided that they also want those gifts that the dog, that dog gave his master. So what they did, they they tried to make the convince the dog, or you can say bribe the dog, by giving him dainties, offering him different kinds of food, offering him so much of food, whatever they used to think that a dog would like. So they offered everything in front of the dog, but because the dog knew that how the old couple is, how they used to treat, ill treat other dogs when they used to go from from in front of their houses. What they used to do, they used to come out and beat those dogs. So the dog also knew about it, so he was actually afraid of the couple, so he didn't eat anything. So when the couple saw that he is not eating anything, so they took the dog outside and asked the dog that now you also have to help us and find a gold pile of gold for us also. Okay, so when the dog, the old couple, the greedy couple, they took the dog outside that show us somewhere there where the piles of golds are. So what the dog did, he started digging a ground near a pine tree. Okay, and when he started digging the ground, what happened, the both the lady and his husband, they both thought that under this pile. So the couple, out of anger, what they did, they killed the dog. And his wife was so angry that she was about to nearly chop his head with the with the shape sharp object that she had. Then what they did, they buried his carcass, that means his dead body, into the soil and made a heap of earth over it. Okay, and when the old man, the actual master of the dog, he came to realize, know about the death of his dog, he was just crying. He was so sad, he started mourning about his death. And he set up the bamboo tubes, okay, where the dead body, or you can say the dead dog, was. Okay, and he also put a cup of water and some food in a tray to feed the, you know when someone dies, we do this to, to show our greetings, or you can say respect for the person, whoever it is who died. So similarly, these all rituals are performed for someone who is human generally. But the for the master, the dog was actually his baby, his child, his own son. So these things he did, whatever, all these for his dog also. Okay, and one day when the old man was sleeping, the spirit of the dog appeared in his dream and asked him to cut the pure pine tree, right? The pine tree that was under which the dead body, or you can say the dead dog, was. And what he wanted, it wanted him to make a mortar from the rice, for the rice pastry, and a mill for the bean sauce. These were the object that he wanted the old man to make from the bamboo sticks. Okay, the sticks that the pine tree, from the woods of the pine tree. And the old man followed the wish of his dog, right? He followed the wish of his dog, and after that, on the occasion of New Year's, he used all those objects which he had made from the pine tree. And when the rice was boiling and it was poured into the mortar, what happened, the rice turned into gold. And when the old man, he lifted the dough to pound into the dough, what happened, it also turned into heap of gold. And to his surprise, it changed into a heap of gold. Everything, whatever he was pouring into those bowls, and with the stick that that he had made from the bamboo, all the things were turning into gold and gold. So he was surprised by seeing this much of gold in front of him, right? And the same thing happened with the old woman. Okay, they both were doing dipping something with the bamboo stick, and it was turning into gold. and the jealous neighbor, they were actually seeing all this from their windows, from the windows of the old couple. And then they decided that they will go and borrow the mortar and the magical mill. But their pastry turned into what? A foul smell, a very very bad smell. And the furious couple, what they did, they burned the mortar and mill which was made from the wood, right? The wood of pine tree. So what they did, out of anger, out of all the frustration that they had, they burned both the objects that they had actually borrowed from the old couple, right? This was the first part. Here the first part of the story ended, right students? Now we will continue our story, and I will be discussing the summary of the story only. Okay, so here, okay children, now let's start doing the second part of the chapter. Not long after the wicked couple had destroyed the tools that the old man saw the dog's spirit in his dream. So what happened when the in our previous part, we know where the story ended. The old couple, the wicked couple, neighbor, they burned the mortar and the mill, and they destroyed it basically into the fires. And what happened? All the wood turned into ashes. So after this, when this incident happened, the dog came again into his master's dream, and he asked his master. What he asked his master? The spirit told him how cruelly the wicked couple had burned the tools made from the pine tree. Okay, so the spirit of the dog, he told his master that how wickedly the couple has actually destroyed the object that was made from the pine tree. So what he said, what the dog said, the dog spirit that instructed the old master, he actually instructed his old master that take the ashes of the mill and sprinkle them on the withered trees to make them bloom again. So what he asked? He asked that what he basically instructed his master that what you have to do, my master, that you have to go and take those ashes that was made from the that was actually caused due to the burning of my mill. So you have to just bring those ashes, and after bringing those ashes, you have to. And he said that what you have to do, my master, you have to sprinkle those ashes on the trees to make them blossom once again. Withered trees. What is the meaning of the word withered? Withered means something which is wrinkled, or you can say something which has died from ages. So he basically instructed his master that you just have to sprinkle those ashes on the trees that are died from ages. So that when you will do this, when you will sprinkle those ashes on the trees, the trees will bloom again. They will start growing again. They will have the beauty that they hold it in previous time. They will have those beauty again. This is what the master, the dog said to his master. Okay, let's continue, students. After the dream got over, the old master awoke, and at once he went to the wicked couple's house. So when the master woke up after his dream, the first thing that he did was that he ran towards the house of the wicked couple. Why? Because he actually wanted to do whatever the spirit of the dog was telling him to do, right? So there he saw the wicked couple sitting at the edge of their fireplace which was a square in shape in the middle of the floor. So when he reaches to the wicked couple's house, so what he saw, the master, first thing that he saw there, that the couple is sitting at the edge of the fireplace, and they are basically enjoying the burning of his mortar and mill there. And the shape of the fireplace was square, right? This, okay, in the middle of the floor. They were smoking and becoming dizzy, and from time to time they kept their hands and feet near the blazing fire made from some bites of the mill and made themselves warm. So what he saw, that both the couple, they are basically smoking their house with all the mortar, the object that they brought from the couple's house. They are basically, what they are doing, they are putting those objects into the fire, right? So that they basically, here what they wanted to say is that they are putting those wood into the fire, those wooden objects into the fire, and the wooden object is so smoky that they are not even realizing that the smoke in the house should be in content. It should be not in excess, but because they were out of anger, because of anger, what they were doing, actually they were just burning the objects that they had brought from the couple's house. Okay, and behind them lay a pile of broken pieces which the couple were using to keep the fire blazing. So behind them, not only the object they were actually burning, behind them there was more pieces of that mortar and mill, and they were just trying to destroy all the objects into fire. Why they was doing that? They were doing this because they were in anger, right? All the things that they were doing actually was out of anger, frustration, you can say, right? So this would happen. Next, on coming home, the old man brought his wife into the garden. In the garden there was a cherry blossom tree which was withered due to the winter season. Okay, children, so here you can see, this is the picture of cherry blossom. Okay, so you can see that how beautiful this flower, or this trees looks. So in the place where the couple, the old man took his wife, was a place where all the wrinkled, or you can say all the trees were there, which doesn't have the cherry blossom flower on them. So you can see, what happened when the farmer, he sprinkled the ashes of the mile. What happened, all the trees that was there, which didn't have any flower over themselves, or you can say which didn't which were wrinkled, which was actually dead. Okay, so they started blooming again. All the beauty of those cherry blossom, they started sprinkling all over the trees. So that is the magical effect that happened when the ashes were sprinkled over the trees, dead trees. Okay, next, what happened, the cherry blossom happened to be couple's favorite tree. Okay, that was couple's favorite tree. So the old man decided to make that tree bloom. That was the reason that the old man decided to make that tree bloom, because that was the favorite flower, or you can say favorite tree of both the couples, right? He took just a pinch of the ashes and sprinkled it to the tree. Instantly the tree sprouted blooms until it became so filled that it looked like a pink colored, which perfumed the air with the cherry blossom fragrance. So children, what happened, that as the couple, they both liked the cherry blossom, they went to the place where the cherry blossom trees were, and the old man decided that he wants the cherry blossom to bloom again. So what he did, he just took a pinch of the ash and sprinkled the pinch of the ash on the trees, and instantly the trees, they sprouted again. Okay, they sprouted again, they started blooming again, and until when the whole tree was pink again. Why pink? Because the color of the cherry blossom flower is pink. Students, I don't know how many of you know this, but cherry blossom is a flower which is very famous in China, in Japan. Okay, they actually during the time of spring it happens. So at that time they actually conduct a festival of cherry blossom flower. So you can imagine that how beautiful and how important cherry blossom are for the Japanese. So as we are reading, or you can say as we are studying the Japanese story, so here the reference of the flower is pretty much very important, because the flower, cherry blossom flower, is actually very important for the Japanese people. So when the cherry blossom, they blossom bloom, what happened, all the, all the air, they started fragrancing like cherry blossom. The news of this phenomena spread throughout the village. So when this happened, as you know, that time when the old man sprinkled the ashes over the trees, it was the time when there was no cherry blossom. So when this magical event happened, this news, walked throughout the village, and all the villagers, they knew about the news, and everyone ran out to the old couple's house to see the wonder, and they all came to the old man's house to see that how this wonderful, or you can say beautiful, event has happened. Okay, let's move on. The greedy old couple also heard the story. They gathered up the remaining ashes of the mill and kept it safe with them to make withered trees bloom. So what happened? The greedy couple, right? The greedy couple who is so greedy that not even once, twice, they are still doing the same thing for the thrice, right? That is to become a to be a greedy person. They are not even understanding that what they did was so wrong, right? And what they did after that, that all the ashes, after they knew that all this magical event is happening because of the ashes of the mile and mortar, what they did, they kept the ashes secure with them, right? The old man heard that his lord, who was the daimyo, was going to pass along the high road near the village. He set out to see the Lord, taking his basket of ashes with him. As the procession approached, the old man climbed up an old withered cherry tree that stood at the edge of the road. So what happened? The old man, when he knew, or he heard about that the Lord is going to, take a visit to the place, take a visit to the village, he decided that he wants to welcome him in a unique way. So what he decided? He decided that when all the people, they will go and, where they will show their respect to the Lord. They basically, there is a trend that what they had to do, they had to sit in their knees and they had to fold their hands and their head should be down. This is how this used to support, give respect to the Lord. So that is the way to express the respect towards the Lord. So all the people, they were doing this thing. But when the old man, what he did, he went to a tree, he climbed on a tree which was actually dead, and there he sit with a basket of his ashes, right? He sat on the tree where there is no flower, there is nothing, there's the branches, and he, the tree was actually dead. It was also a cherry blossom tree. So he sat on the cherry blossom tree. In this paragraph, we get to know that in the old days, it was the custom for all the loyal people to either shut their high windows or the remaining posture if they were on the road until the train passes by. So what used to happen in old times, that people, whoever is the royal person, the people used to actually close their window tightly. Why they used to do this? Because when the train is going down from the road, or the cart of the royals, they are going down from the road, so not can any person can see them from the window, to see them down. So that was the reason that people used to close the window, and they has to remain in the posture to to show the respect towards the Lord, loyalty towards the Lord. And I have already explained what posture it was. It was kneeling down, putting your hands behind, actually, yes, putting your hands behind, and your head should be down. So that is the way, or you can say the posture to respect the Lord. The people even pasted their windows with a slip of paper if somehow their windows wouldn't get close properly. So people use in that, loyalty, or you can say fear, whatever it was, what they used to do, they used to paste the windows also, so that not even a slip of their windows can be opened. Okay, not even a part of their windows can be opened. This was done in order to have a good image in front of the daimyo. So this was done because they wanted to actually protect themselves, and also they wanted to keep a good image of themselves towards, in front of the daimyo, or you can say the master. The processing was getting near. A tall and skillful man was marching ahead, who was ordering people to get down on their knees. Everyone obeyed. So while the processing was going on, while the train or the cart of the, the Lord was moving, a tall man, a very muscular tall man, he was walking on the road, and he was, screaming in his voice that, what was he screaming? He was screaming that kneel down. Why he was screaming this? So that all the people, they understood that now the Lord is coming towards them, and they have to show the respect towards the Lord. And everyone, whoever the citizen, they were present there, they were showing their respect by doing the posture. However, the old man who was on the cherry blossom tree was strangely rather than standing rather than being in a posture position. And the old man, as we already know, that where is the old man? He is on the top of a tree, right? He's sitting on a branch of a tree. So when he was sitting on the branch of the tree, he was actually, standing, not even sitting. The leader of the van caught sight of him. He was about to order him angrily when he saw that he was an old fellow, and that it would be better to ignore him. So when the cart boy, or you can say the person who was, at the front of the cart, he saw the old man, but as he, he was just about to call him angrily, but when he saw that the old fellow, that is a old fellow, he's pretty old, so what he decided, that it is better that I should ignore this person, or this man. As the van drew near, the old man took a pinch of the ashes from his basket and sprinkled on the tree. In the moment, the flower bloomed. So what happened when the cart was under the tree where the old man was? He sprinkled the ashes on the tree, and when he sprinkled the ashes on the tree, what happened? All the tree, the whole tree started blooming again. It started bloomed. The daimyo was delighted to see a withered cherry blossom tree suddenly sprouted beautiful cherry blossom. So what happened? The king, right? The king, the lord, whatever, he was so happy to see this scenario, this particular situation, that he was happy, and he, wanted to see that the cherry blossom. So he, he stopped the cart, and he stand out from the cart, and he wondered that how this happened. He called the old man and thanked him. What he did, he called that old man, and he thanked him that you have shown me something very beautiful. He ordered presents of silk robes, spoons, cakes, fans and other luxuries things to be given to him. And in that happiness, he actually gifted the old man many things, okay, like luxuries. He offered him different luxuries. He offered him fan, cakes, okay. These are the things that the lord offered to the old man. The daimyo even invited him to his castle, and he was so happy that he he invited him to his castle. The old man was gratefully went home to share this good news with his dear wife. So the old man was too happy, and he went to his house to share this news. Okay, let's move on, students. Wait a second. Yes. The story of the wonders spreaded throughout the village, and eventually the wicked couple got to hear it. Okay, so what event? The event when the Lord was happy with the old man, and he offered him the offered him gifts. So this particular thing, it spread all over the village and to the people, to the neighbor also, the wicked neighbor. And when they heard it, what they did, the greedy man took some of the ashes which had magical powers and went out on the highway. So he did the same thing. He also decided that he will do something which will, make him, a person, or you can say a brightening person in front of the eyes of the king. So he decided that he is also going to do something, and he went to the highway. He did just as the old man did. He waited till the Lord train come by, and instead of following the custom of remaining postured, he climbed a withered cherry blossom tree. When the Lord himself was right under the tree, he threw a pinch, but a heartful of the ashes over the tree. The ashes didn't transform the withered trees into a blooming one. Instead, the ashes remained ashes only. The ashes fell on the Lord and his wife, and since they were a lot, it made the couple sneeze and choke, which ruined the pride and dignity of the processing. So what basically happened, the wicked person, the wicked neighbor, he decided he will go and he will do the same thing. So in order to do the same thing, he also went up to the tree which was withered, which was actually dead, and not even a pinch. The old man, he was sprinkling the pinches of the salt, but he took a handful of this ash, and he threw the ash when the cart was under it. And but the ashes didn't turn into the sprinkling one, it didn't turn the tree into cherry blossom, but actually it remained ashes. And as it was in the bunch, what happened, the couple, the royal couple, when they was under it, they started, it started choking them, and it ruined the pride and dignity of the processing. The man who had the duty of ordering people to get down on their knees sneezed the wicked old fool by the collar, seized the wicked old fool by the collar, dragged him from the tree, and threw him and his basket full of ashes into the ditch by the road. As a punishment, he beat the old man soundly and left him on the spot to die. So what happened? The man, the man, the tall, the hand, the tall and the muscular man, whose job was to order people to get into the posture. What he did, he out of anger, or you can say out of his duty, what he did, he seized the wicked man and he dragged him out of his collar, and he started beating him in the middle of the road, and he beat him till he died, right? And at that spot, the wicked man, he died. Okay, students, so this was the story. So I hope that you all understood the second part also. And if you have any questions, any queries related to this, you can ask me. Thank you, everyone.